Welcome to this Scientific Principles video with electrotraining. We're now looking at the subject of mathematical principles, and we're going to begin with fractions. Fractions can be divided into two broad classifications. We have vulgar fractions and decimal fractions. Vulgar fractions. A vulgar fraction has a number above the line, that's called the numerator, and a number below the line, that's called a denominator. Here are some examples of fractions: 1 over 2 or a half, 8 over 5, 3 over 4 or 3/4, and 3 over 8. You'll notice that a fraction can be written either with a straight line, so you've got a number above and below, or as a diagonal line where you've got a number to the left and to the right. Either way, it's still a fraction. What a fraction is actually saying to us is that we've got a number at the top divided by the number at the bottom. So 1 divided by 2, 8 divided by 5, and so on. So the number at the bottom we've said is the denominator, and that's telling us how many pieces an item is divided up into, and the number at the top is telling us how many of those pieces we have. The picture on the right there just represents a cake. So we can say that the cake is divided up into 8 equal pieces in this example. And because the cake has 8 equal pieces, if we were to write a fraction, that would be the denominator. The number at the bottom would be 8. And we're taking the green pieces of cake. So there are 3 of these green pieces. So the 3 pieces would be the numerator, the number of pieces that we have. Therefore, the resulting fraction would be 3 over 8. Decimal fractions. A decimal fraction is simply a fraction where the denominator, that's the number at the bottom, is a power of 10, such as 10, 100, 1000, and so on. The advantage of decimal fractions is it enables us to convert a number very easily to a decimal number using a decimal point, and that makes calculations easier. Here's an example: 43 over 100. That's the decimal fraction. That can be written as 0.43, that's the decimal number, using a decimal point. Now, those two numbers are the same value, they're essentially the same number, but they're just expressed in 2 different ways. And decimal fractions are ideal for use with calculators. They can be entered straight in to the calculator, and in fact most of the calculations that you do in electrical science, you would be using a scientific calculator for it anyway. I'm going to give you a little tip. A typical exam question could be convert a fraction, it could be say 7 over 8, convert that into a decimal number. And what you would do is you simply use your calculator, and you can put in your calculator 7 divided by 8 equals, and the display on your calculator initially would be a fraction. It would actually show as 7 over 8, and you press the SD button, that's usually directly above the delete button. You need to make sure you're familiar with your calculator, and by pressing that SD button it would convert the fraction into a decimal number for you. And so 7 divided by 8 converted to decimal, according to my calculator, would be 0.875. Now we're going to take a look at percentages. The term percent simply means out of 100. Let's look at an example. The current basic income tax rate is 20% of taxable pay. This means that for every £100 you earn, you would have to pay £20 in income tax. The symbol for percent is the 2 zeros with a diagonal line separating them. Probably familiar with that. So let's look at how we calculate a percentage. Bear in mind that a percentage is a fraction with a denominator of 100. It's how many out of 100. So 60%, for example, is 60 in each 100, or as a fraction it's 60 over 100. And 60% as a decimal number, well, that would be 0.6. You'll frequently need to find a percentage, and you may well get an exam question asking you to work out a percentage. And on the screen is a method how you do that. However, just bear in mind that in your exam you can use, and in fact you're expected to use, a scientific calculator. So as long as you get familiar with how to calculate percentages on your calculator, it's going to be an easy question if you get one on percentages. So for instance, if you wanted to find 30% of 50, you enter into your calculator 50 times 30 and then press the percent button, equals, and that would give you the answer. But I do recommend you get familiar with your calculator, practice a few examples, make sure you're getting it right, and then you'll know when you're in the exam that any questions on percentages, you can get them and you know how to do them. And so we're going to end there. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you next time.